Hi, welcome back guys. So this is my newest update. Not too many changes. It's coming towards the end of the tax year. So I just put a little bit in. As you can see, my portfolio is down as expected. So they think maybe next month in April, we're going to see a big, we're not technically in a recession at the moment, but we're at recession levels, and in April, I think it's very likely that we'll have one of the lowest stock market times. So I'm waiting to invest until then, and I'm happy just to wait around. So at the moment, I've invested £6,953, and currently that's at minus 1,136. So 16%, which is not as bad as before. It's increasing a little bit. I managed to average down. So this is just a quick look at my portfolio. I haven't added to 3M recently, but that's something I do want to get back into. So I have 0.6 shares, average price at £123. So for the last week or month, so the lowest it was $118. The moment, $133. So this is a solid company. I do want to get back into them. I'm just trying to distribute my funds with my priority companies, the ones I want long term. So AbbVie, great company. I kind of want to average this down too. I bought a few more shares in this, so 5.2 shares. Average price of £63.99, $82. I can still buy and reduce that. So now is $72. If it can get to here, which it might do in April, that would be great. So I might turn that into 6 shares. So AGNC, this was a really solid company that was doing well. It's a REIT, so Real Estate Investment Trust, so they'll pay you monthly. I think it has a yield of, I think it's 10.5%, I need to check. So it gives quite a good amount every month. So at the moment, so I've made at least like £10 in dividends this month, and I should be receiving one that's coming late from BP. So this month should turn over at least maybe £10-11 in dividends. So next month I hope that increases. See how that does. So my average price for this, one share at £13.51 or $17.41. Okay, let's see. AMD, so I bought this a long time ago, pre this condition that's going on worldwide. So I got an okay price when I did buy it, but I would like to average it down. I haven't really touched it too much because I'm focusing on my other shares at the moment. But $49.20 is my average price per share. Currently $46.53. So there's a great CEO. She's managing it very well, and I can see that they do have a bright future, but they do rely a lot on manufacture. They're providing a lot of infrastructure for like different companies that need server rooms, and I think they have a new contract with Sony, Microsoft, quite a lot of places. They would do quite well. So Apple, if I can get this to 1 share, that would be brilliant. This is something I do want to hold long term. So I have quite a lot of shares. Many of them are growth stocks and ones I do want to sell. Certain ones like Apple, of course, I want to hold long term. So this one I have no plans on selling. So they're doing quite well. I have 0.132 shares. If I can get this to 1, that would be great. AT&T. There's been a lot of talk about whether it's sustainable for them to continue to pay the yield dividend they do at the moment. So that was concerning investors, whether they would be able to continue this, because they do have a lot of debt, but it was reevaluated and they think it might be a lot more manageable than previously thought. So they've declared that they're going to pay a dividend of 52 pence on the 9th of April. So if I can get this before May, no, I think it goes ex-dividend next month, quite soon. So quite a good company. I think they can turn things around, and 5G might really help them out. I think I want to get 12 shares, so this is one of the solid companies I want to keep around for a long time. So they pay a great dividend, and my average price is £26.99, $34 a share. So if I can average it down, at the moment it's doing quite well. And Aviva, so they will be paying a dividend as far as I know. They haven't changed that yet, but who knows. So they pay quarterly and it has an 8% yield. If I can average this down, it'd be great. So I've got it for, it's a British company and it's £3.70 per share, and it's like £1 less than that at the moment. So if I can buy a couple more, average it down, that'd be great. Barrett, I think this will drop again. So if it goes to around here, that would be brilliant. I'd like to make this 20 at least. Okay, BP, they haven't paid me, which they should have a couple of days ago. So that would bring my dividends up to over £10 at least. So my average price, £4.30, and it's at £3 now, so I can average it down quite a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of stocks here, so I can't go through all of them. Many of these I do plan on selling sometime later on, so I haven't concentrated on many of them. But I have them just in case it's easier to follow if I have a couple of shares in some of them. Coca-Cola, so I increased my holdings to 5 shares. So Berkshire Hathaway owns 10% of Coca-Cola at the moment. So Warren Buffett loves this company. So he owns 22 billion worth of shares in Coca-Cola. So, you know, he drinks like five Coca-Colas a day. Really likes it. I don't think they'll be going anywhere, so they're pretty safe. At the moment, their valuation is pretty low, so it's quite a great value. $42 at the moment. My average is 55, so if I can get maybe 1 or 2 more, I can average it down a little bit and then distribute what I put in next month. Let's see. Cross Timbers royalty. They paid quite a decent dividends every month, so it's a REIT, and it's quite low at the moment. I think they'll be okay, but you have to be careful at the moment because not many companies are doing quite well. Especially housing is not doing great, and rentals. So I have one share is $7.58. Right now it's worth $5.30. Gilead Sciences, one of the few that's actually in the green. So they're kind of moving forward with trying to find a cure for, you know, the current illness that's happening. And Hormel Foods, they were in the green quite a while ago. That was when everyone was stocking up because they were expecting the quarantine that's happening at the moment. I guess people can't really go out and shop as much, so they're down, but they were a solid company that had a continuous growth, not too much debt, so they were doing quite well, and a continuous increase in their dividend. So I definitely want to hold these long term. Overall, they're quite good. So one share, I have one share for $47. Now it's 44, so it's not too much different. Let's see if I can get, so Microsoft. So I was looking at the financial reports for Microsoft. So they're doing really well. So the second quarter of 2020, they're firing on all cylinders. Revenue increased 14%, operating income growing by 35%, and earnings per share jumped to 40% versus the same quarter in the previous year. So they have 134 billion in cash reserves, so available for investment and acquisition. They recently purchased Affirmed Networks for 1.35 billion. So they're a huge provider of 5G, which everyone's kind of moving towards. So that's going to be a huge thing in the future. And they've actually benefited from the current condition that's happening at the moment. So Microsoft Teams, which is the service they provide, in November they had 20 million users. So that was not long after it was launched. And a recent, I think it was in last week, they checked how many users they have, and now it's 44 million. So they're doing quite well as a software company, and things are only getting better for them. Definitely a long-term hold. And if I can get this averaged down, great. So average price of one share is 163. And I bought most of these before this thing was happening, so let's see how that goes. Netflix, one of the few companies also in the green. People staying home, they don't have too much to do, so most people are kind of streaming. If I can get this, I think people might change their habits somewhat, so this might do quite well. Let's see. Realty Income. They are pretty expensive, but they're quite a reliable and steady stream of income as a REIT. I do want to increase, but I'm not prioritizing them at the moment. So I have 5.17 shares. Average price of one is £49.74 or $62, and that's $56 at the moment. Okay, and then so that's my portfolio. Keep in mind, so I might do an update next week. I'll see how things go. I think I'm gonna put some more money in when the new tax year comes, so that's 6th of April. And I think things might change a lot by then. So let's see. Anyway, I hope this was useful. If you have any questions or any suggestions on things to change or improve, I'm happy to hear it. And I think I'm gonna start experimenting with different kinds of videos in the future. So let me know if you'd be interested in hearing that. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hope to see you again.